Most people in the gym don't train hard enough. I only do 2 working sets on most exercises, and people ask me, is that enough? Yes, given that you push yourself hard on those 2 sets.
The problem isn't that people are not doing enough sets. The problem is that they're doing too many easy sets that don't actually stimulate muscle growth, and we call that junk volume.
Let's talk about what junk volume actually is, because this is where a lot of people get their training wrong. When we say people in the gym are not training hard enough, we don't mean that they're not working. A lot of people show up, they're moving weight, they're sweating, and they're putting in the effort.
But they're not pushing their sets close enough to failure to actually stimulate muscle growth. They finish their sets and could probably do 5 to 6 more reps. If that's the case, that set probably didn't do much for muscle growth. That's exactly what we call junk volume.
And the reason junk volume doesn't build much muscle, it has to do with how your muscles work during a set. Your muscles are made up of different muscle fibers. Some fibers are smaller, others are bigger and stronger, and those are the ones with most potential to grow.
But here's the thing, your body doesn't use those bigger muscle fibers right away. It starts with the smaller ones first. As the set gets harder and your muscles get more tired, your body has to use more and more fibers to keep moving the weight.
And that usually happens during the last few reps before failure. Researchers often call those effective reps. Those are the reps that actually send the signal for your muscles to grow.
So if you finish your set and feel like you could do a few more reps, you probably never reached effective reps.
Which means you did the work, but you didn't give your muscles a strong enough reason to grow. So this is why I only do 2 working sets for most exercises. Because when those sets are taken close to failure, they contain the reps that actually drive muscle growth.
Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do 3 sets. A lot of times, your first set is just preparing the muscles. It's more like a warm-up. You're getting blood into the muscle, you're getting your nervous system ready, and you're starting to recruit more muscle fibers. But the sets that really matter are the hard working sets, the ones that push you to failure.
And for me, that's usually 2 hard working sets. Guys, 2 working sets taken close to failure will do more for muscle growth than doing 3 or 4 sets and not even trying.
A lot of workout programs use 3 sets because it's easy and simple to follow. 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, move on to the next exercise. And to be clear, there's nothing magical about that number. It's just a moderate rep range that works decently for most exercises.
The problem is when you start applying 3 sets to everything and you never push any of those sets close to failure, it just turns into junk volume. And don't get me wrong, rep ranges and sets do matter, but what matters more is how hard those working sets actually are.
So after hearing all this, you might be wondering, how should I actually structure my workout? And here's the simple answer. You hire us. But for real, let us give you a simple structure.
So let's say we're training chest and back, and we're doing a total of 4 exercises. We got 2 for back and 2 for chest. And remember, the goal isn't just doing tons of sets. It's actually getting quality reps in. Exercise number 1, barbell bench press. Since this is the first exercise, I'm gonna start with warm-up reps. Let's say 225 is the weight I'm gonna use for my working sets.
My first warm-up set is gonna be 50 to 60% of that weight. So that might be around 115 to 135 pounds for about 8 to 10 reps. This set is just to get blood into the muscle and practice the movement.
For my second warm-up set, I'm gonna increase the weight to about 70 to 80% of my working set. So that might be around 160 to 185 pounds for about 4 to 6 reps. The set should feel relatively easy. You're just preparing your body for the heavier weight.
Then I move into my working sets. First working set, 225 pounds, 6 to 8 reps, close to failure. Working set 2, repeat the same thing.
Second exercise, chest flies. At this point, your chest is already warm, so you don't need to do a warm-up set. You just go right into your working set.
Exercise number 3, lat pull down. Now we're switching to a whole different muscle group, so we have to warm up again. Even though my body is warm overall, my back hasn't been loaded yet.
So I'll do one warm-up set. It's going to be about 70 to 80% of the working set, about 4 to 6 reps. And then I'll move into my working sets, 2 of them, 8 to 10 reps, close to failure. Exercise number 4, seated cable rows. My back is already warm. I don't need to do another warm-up set. I go right into my 2 working sets.
So in that entire workout, I only did 8 real working sets, but every one of those sets was taken close to failure. And that's the difference. Most people are just doing a lot of easy sets. I'd rather do just a few sets that actually stimulate muscle growth.
Let's just recap quickly. Muscle growth doesn't come from doing more and more sets. It comes from what? Challenging the muscle, reaching those effective reps, and training close to failure. Most people in the gym are doing a lot of easy sets that never really challenge the muscle, and that's why you're freaking stuck. Just focus on high quality working sets.
Warm up properly. Push your working sets close to failure. And over time, focus on progressive overload. That's what actually tells your body to build muscle.
Now, the example we showed you today was just one way to structure a workout. But every person's workout program should be structured based on their experience level, their goals, and recovery. So if you want help structuring your workout program, avoiding jump volume, and making sure you're actually stimulating muscle growth, we'll be happy to help. And if this video helped you understand training a little bit better, make sure you click that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below, follow us on Instagram, Coach Tata,
Luisa Tata Fit.
Thank you guys for watching. God bless you. Peace.